Ladies and gents, my future millionaires, welcome back to another video. So Bitcoin finally broke through that $60,000 key resistance level, and today it's been making some pretty solid gains. Right now, currently at $61,549. In this episode, I want to talk to you more about why Bitcoin is pumping, what is in store for us next, because Q4, it really only started just a few weeks ago, and things have been shaping up pretty well. And in addition to that, I wanted to talk more about landscapes between the entire crypto market and some of the moves that you should consider making. Now, although it's great seeing Bitcoin doing well, there's definitely going to be a lot more opportunity within the altcoin market coming up next, and you still have time to prepare for that. So in this episode, what we're going to be doing is just spitting facts, making sure you guys are informed, and giving you guys my best research and knowledge in terms of making moves to make sure that you capitalize on making as much money as possible in this market. Before we get started with this video, like always, don't forget to drop a like down below. That really helps us out. And let's hop into the computer, see what's happened in the market for today. First things first, the global crypto market cap for today is sitting at $2.48 trillion, or a 4% increase over the last day. This expansive market cap movement right here is absolutely a beauty to see, but you also have to keep an eye out on that Bitcoin's dominance so we get a better indicator on whether or not this money is going into straight up Bitcoin, or maybe we're seeing it flood into some of those alternative assets as well. In addition to that, the total crypto market volume is currently at $123 billion, or a 16.95% increase. And also, keep an eye out for this. The DeFi volume has actually gone up 12% as well too. So most DeFi products, if you guys have positions in them, expect to see that type of run as well. So in this chart right here, we can actually take a more broader view of the last 1 year of the total market cap in terms of how much money is flooding in and out of Bitcoin. You'll notice at the beginning of the year, before the bull market really started and we hit that last previous all-time high, Bitcoin's dominance was pretty high up there, almost 70%. Now, ever since then, we've seen Bitcoin's dominance take a tumble, going all the way down to about 39%. Now, if you remember during this time, we had a ton of other altcoins. Ethereum was having its ride up. We see Dogecoin here in its green, also having some movement. And we've been seeing a lot of that money getting spread out into many of those other altcoins. Now, what's most interesting is that right now we're seeing the Bitcoin's dominance going up within the past few weeks. And with this type of indicator, we can expect the price of Bitcoin to continue going up, but as soon as the dominance goes down, you should expect to see altcoins really start pumping back up like we experienced before. If we do get to that point in the market, it would be considered the altcoin season. So if we take a look at the altcoin monthly indicator, right now, clearly it is in favor for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is outperforming most assets right now. And as you can see, Bitcoin's been up about 13% in the last week, and even most altcoins listed on the top 10 still can't compete with the amount of gains other than Polkadot. Now, even in the last 30 days, there are only 4 other cryptocurrencies ahead of it, one being Shiba Inu, which I hope to actually cover on this channel very soon. Now, the thing is, if we do take a step back, we can actually notice that many other altcoins still have been outperforming Bitcoin in the last year. And just because in the short term, 30 days or even the 90 days, we're not seeing the full altcoin market emergence, I really would be on the lookout for this. We've mentioned this time and time again on our channel, and the phases of the crypto market seem to be pretty predictable. Whenever we get a flood of new money going into Bitcoin and we're having investors finally perking their ears up and realizing that crypto might have some even more additional room to grow and they don't want to miss out on the action, we get a lot of that new money moving into Bitcoin, causing the price to surge. And then what ends up happening is we see a phase overlap with money going to Ethereum. So clearly we are actually witnessing a lot of that happening right now in today's market, with Ethereum closely approaching its previous all-time high as well. The previous all-time high for Ethereum was near $4,300, and currently we're at $3,800 as well. If we close in on the last 7 days, you'll notice that we had a little bit of red starting out in the beginning of the week, but finally we're getting that push to the upside with green candles almost every few days, pushing Ethereum higher and higher while Bitcoin also continues to rally. Now, to reiterate on what we're seeing within the market, this is really just the flow of money. We're seeing the overall global crypto market cap expanding, approaching $2.5 trillion. Bitcoin's getting that action, Ethereum's getting that lovin', and then soon after, what we normally see are larger altcoin caps moving, and then we get that quick parabolic run into the altcoins where we have both mid cap, low cap, and micro caps that all tend to pump around the same time. If you guys remember just a few months back with Dogecoin and a lot of those other meme coins going parabolic, it seemed like everyone was making money in the market, and that's because when you had Bitcoin fill up and that dominance was going up, you would then have people interested in looking into those smaller cap altcoins, doing more research, learning about the inner works of crypto, and then putting their money into those other assets as well. So I personally believe while we go into this fourth quarter, Bitcoin is not going to be the only asset that experiences a ton of green. The best way to prepare for any type of movement like this is to make sure that you have a diversified portfolio. As much as I love seeing daily action happening with Bitcoin and even potentially breaking a new all-time high very, very soon, I do really love seeing some random altcoins that we have been talking about for the past few months, and we've just been waiting for a pump up to start experiencing that. Now, one of my personal favorite cryptos that have finally gotten a little bit of action since its correction in the market is going to be Polygon Matic. This cryptocurrency is up about 18.77% in the last day, and you'll see the previous all-time high of $2.45. We are not close to it yet, but it looks like we are starting to get that momentum for this crypto to pick up as well. Many of our top picks over the past year with Cardano, Solana, Polkadot, Terra Luna, Chainlink too, even at one point before in the previous bull run where it reached almost $50. We are going to start experiencing a lot of that movement within these altcoins, and it's best to prepare now. Now, if you thought Polygon's been having an incredible day so far, 20%, which is pretty amazing itself right there, we had another cryptocurrency called NuCypher that went parabolic last night, and it looks like it was sort of in a pump and dump fashion where it quickly climbed, and I was getting massive notifications yesterday of over 100% gains happening over and over again. Just last night, we noticed this crypto hitting a near all-time high of $3.58 before coming down to currently $1.16, but still much higher than it previously was. With these cryptocurrencies, the reason why they did have a jump amidst this market is because they did get listed on a very popular Korean exchange, and that is going to be Upbit. So Upbit yesterday went ahead and added to their markets for trades Solana, Matic, and Nu. Now, out of these three cryptocurrencies, Solana only had about a 7% pump since yesterday, but that is still pretty amazing, especially if you compare to the gains that most people fight very hard for in other traditional markets. Now, with all that being said, let's focus on the one question I did want to answer, and that is, how come Bitcoin is moving up? What actually caused this catalyst right here? So last night, one of the biggest pieces of news that was circulating the internet was actually the announcement that the Bitcoin futures ETF would not face SEC opposition at deadline via a Bloomberg terminal screenshot. Here they state the SEC is posed to allow the first U.S. Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund to begin trading in a watershed moment for the cryptocurrency industry, according to people familiar with the matter. They state the regulator isn't likely to block the products from starting to trade next week, said the people, who has not to be named, while discussing the situation. Unlike Bitcoin ETF applications that the regulator has previously rejected, the proposals by ProShares and Invesco, two companies that we also talked about in our last video, so make sure you guys watch that if you haven't already, are based on futures contracts and were filed under mutual fund rules that SEC Chair Gary Gensler has said provides significant investor protections. They continue to say, barring a last-minute reversal, the fund launch will be the culmination of a nearly decade-long campaign by the $6.7 trillion ETF industry. Advocates have sought approval as a confirmation of mainstream acceptance of cryptocurrency since Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, the twins best known for their part in the history of Facebook, filed the first application for a Bitcoin ETF in 2013. If you guys also don't know, they do own Gemini, so that's another company that they're closely tied in with as well. Now, this is huge news, and as you guys know, anytime we get an announcement of an ETF, we've been preaching this. If we get confirmation of this, the crypto market could go absolutely parabolic. Now, in addition to that, Tether, as you guys know, one of the stable coins that we've talked about previously on our channel, has finally come to a conclusion of paying a $42 million fine for misleading customers. The CFTC said in a press release that Tether misrepresented the stablecoin when it claimed that the token was 100% backed by fiat currency assets, including US dollars and euros. In fact, Tether reserves were not fully backed by the majority of the time, the CFTC said. The agency found that Tether only held sufficient reserves of dollars to back outstanding Tether tokens, or 27% of the days during a 26-month sample between 2016 and 2018. They state, instead of holding all USDT token reserves in US dollars as represented, Tether relied upon unregulated entities and certain third parties to hold funds compromising the reserves, commingled reserve funds with Bitfinex's operational and customer funds, and held reserves in non-fiat financial products. The commodities regulator also noted that Tether failed to complete routine professional audits of its reserves. So a lot of people may actually read the headlines on this and think it is bad news, but if you guys know a bit more about cryptocurrency, this is actually really good just because we're finally getting confirmation on the mystery behind Tether. If there was ever a situation in the future where there was a collapse in the crypto market and everyone wanted to liquidate their position for whatever reason, we would definitely all be in a pickle, especially if you're holding Tether and other stablecoins related to this asset, because they did not have the funding to pay everyone out just in case everyone needed the money at the same time. I would say most crypto enthusiasts, and I'm sure if you've been a follower of this channel for the past few months, you guys may have been very skeptical behind Tether, and that's why we have always emphasized the importance of even looking into other alternative stablecoins. But Tether, it has been leading the charge. So the fact that they are finally getting a little bit of punishment, and this is coming to a conclusion with just a slap on the wrist for, still a hefty fine, but they're going to make that back. $42 million fine for misleading their customers. I can live with that because we finally have a little bit of the story conclusion coming to an end, and I know they're going to do a better job at making sure they either have those reserves or they're going to advertise that they don't have the full backing for it, and people are just going to find other stablecoins to use. As we continue to see further developments in the overall crypto markets, this is exactly what we need in order to make sure that we have those loose ends tied up and we find those answers to those mysterious questions that we've had. Now, to wrap this video up, I want to provide some additional value in some of the crypto assets that you can look into to make sure you maximize your returns. Now, I personally believe that Ethereum should be able to crush and break through the previous all-time high. As you guys know, Ethereum is still underways, and there was actually some more delayed reporting of that Ethereum 2.0. So the Ethereum core developers had a meeting today that was streamed online on YouTube as well. One of the points that was taken off from this meeting was the fact that Ethereum's difficulty bomb is going to get delayed to June 2022, and this is going to be the 5th delay, and the code change is set to be released December 8th. According to the meeting, we also got a latest estimate for the merge, which is going to end up happening in the end of March 2022. The biggest lesson to me that comes from a meeting like that is because we're getting some further delays, it's actually going to show that we're going to get more use case, more utility, and more attention going into a lot of these other Ethereum killers that we've seen already moon before. What that implies is any cryptocurrency that can claim to do a better job than Ethereum, like we've seen pump up, just as an example with Solana, we should expect to see additional movements of all-time highs getting broken in the near future. Now, to wrap this video up, the keyword for today is going to be boom. Comment that down below if you guys are watching this all the way till the end. Now, in addition to that, just to wrap this video up, I went ahead and added some additional spots inside of our Patreon. So if you guys want to join our membership group there, you can do that as well. Thank you all so much again for watching today's video. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram if you guys want to be qualified for that iPhone 13 giveaway. I'm going to the mall tomorrow to check out the inventory for that as well. And then hopefully we can get that giveaway started very, very soon. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel if you want to be eligible for that as well. Big shout out over to BlockFi. Check them out down below in the description if you guys want to earn additional interest on your cryptocurrencies. And if you guys don't have a VPN, Surfshark, 83% off and 3 months free. Great link, great company, great resource to have to make sure you're protected. And you also get some free Netflix shows as well by using that VPN down as well. So thank you all so much again for watching this video. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace out.